It's really nice to see you all here. And thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for for wanting to know more about Vilnius University. And I'm a student at Vilnius University. And me and other students today will be prepared to tell you more about how our university looks like, answer your questions. So you can think all the time about questions that you want to ask, and you can ask them anytime by writing in chat or just raising your hand and then asking the question. So maybe for a start, we can show you a presentation with a few photos. Then I think students will share their photos if they have some from their faculties. I have some photos myself, so I will share them later. Maybe I will ask other students that are here to tell more about the university. Maybe just turn on the cameras and just wave, say hello to all of our guests. Yes, I see a hand from Ilke. Did I pronounce it well?
Yeah, start pronouncing.
Yeah.
Will there be an event at your university that will facilitate your integration?
Integration event.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Every year we have integration events, and it's we have a couple and a few events for students for integration. So first we have freshman camps, then we have integration festival, that is like discussion festival and concert, and then we have this procession through whole Vilnius city, where all the faculties prepare and bring a lot of decorations, and we have this procession that is like a start of our academic year. And then after the 1st of September, we also have a lot of integration events and a lot of like integrational stuff. And in our university, we have mentors, student mentors who are mentoring freshman students and help them with all the questions that they want. And usually those mentors even organize non-formal meetings for students. So actually we do a lot with integration events, formal and non-formal activities.
That's so good. Thank you.
Okay. So maybe I see Shahan is joined. Maybe you can wave and say where you're from, and other students who will tell more about Vilnius University. Maybe you also can present yourself.
Hi, my name is Shahan. I'm a international student coordinator at the Faculty of Economics and Business Administration at IVAF. That's our Faculty of Economics. And I have been a coordinator for a year now. So basically what my job entails is like taking care of international students that come into our faculty and make sure that their integration process is conducted seamlessly, and they feel part of the community. And to reach this, like Vilnius University student representation of Faculty of Economics and Business Administration, we organize some events so that for students, so that they can enjoy the student life. The international students don't feel left out, like, okay, like the events are only being organized for Lithuanian students and not for international students. So we organized events and we try so that every student of the university can feel included and a part of the university. And also we deal with academic issues. Sometimes students are hesitant to come to their professors or their coordinators, the academic coordinators, so they come to us. So we also raise the issues that the students are facing in general to the academic commissions and to professors. And basically any problems that you will face as a student, and if you do not feel comfortable enough to go to your coordinators, you can always come to us, and we are always happy to help you. And yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, maybe other students can present themselves. I see Ugne, Arnoldas, and Rokas. So who wants to start?
I think Rokas can start. Oh, me. Okay. Okay. So I'll try to be really quick. So hello, everybody. I am Rokas. I am from Kaunas faculty. I mean, like, I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up. Yeah. Ironically, I am myself from Vilnius, but I've moved to Kaunas to study, and I'll just try to be pretty brief about everything. In general, Kaunas faculty is kind of different from the faculties that are in Vilnius, mainly due to the fact that we offer uh, multiple discipline studies. For example, in mathematics and informatics faculty, you might find that you might be studying data science, maybe program systems, while here you might be studying philology, marketing, economics, or for example, in my case, I'm studying IT. At the moment, we're not a really huge faculty. We have in total about 800 students, almost 600 bachelors, 200 masters, and 25 PhDs. And yeah, regarding, for example, the academic process, we have plenty of various auditoriums, which are pretty comfortable. One thing that if you were to take a look at our faculty is that it is basically located in a very, it used to be a customs building, basically governmental stuff, but it was renovated and it still has kept that old vibe, which gives it a pretty unique look. And we're located at the center of the city, so it has its own charm in the whole context of this Kaunas city. We have a library. It's pretty small, compact. If you have any sort of books you want to read, there's a huge variety of them in English. You can definitely arrange them. Of course, Vilnius University provides a service where you can get a book from other faculties, but that's a thing for another time. This year we've with the help of the students representation, we've managed to open like a students space for students. Basically, we had a problem when for example, your lectures ended, you didn't really have a place where to stay, where to spend time. Now we have a separate room which is decorated. Sadly, I don't really have a picture of that right now, but you can make yourself some coffee. And
yeah, Rokas, we will have some pictures, so just you can shortly stop presenting yourself, and then we will show pictures from different faculties, and we'll show some visuals.
Okay, very good. So, I don't know, not much else I can say, honestly. If you would like to know what we're doing, we're a small faculty. We don't have that many events going around. One of the most known by locals is the River of Souls in Lithuanian. It's called Sielų Upė. Basically, it's an event for a national like a holiday, and we're on the news because of it. Of course, I could touch a bit on the integration question the person before asked. We also have a lot of our own initiatives that we do. For example, this September, we had a thing called speed friending. We would put two people together just in front of each other so that they could just know each other more, like the first year students and the ones that are in second or third year. And regarding leisure time, we have a couple of clubs. Most of them are oriented towards a Lithuanian audience, but I think there's room for international students as well to join. So yeah, in short, I think that would be it from me, at least for Kaunas.
Thank you, Rokas. And maybe Ugne, can you take over and just shortly tell about yourself, a bit about your faculty, and then we can move on with the questions and with the photos. I will show and share some photos about from faculties, okay?
So hi, my name is Ugne. I'm from Mathematics and Informatics faculty. So I'm a second year student in Computer Science Studies, bachelor's degree. So what's interesting about my faculty is we actually don't have a lot of like international students, but we are really welcoming them. and trying to integrate them into our like events. Like last week we have our faculty days actually, called MIDE, Mathematics and Informatics Faculty Days. So yeah, that's like our main event, like how we spent our leisure time like planning it. So we have a lot of like computer games night, like chess tournament, which actually attracted a bit of international students to this. So I really was surprised about that. So, and yeah, well, mostly international students that come to my faculty are actually in master's degrees. So yeah. And my faculty, what's strange about my faculty is that we kind of are separated. So that's the ones who study maths actually study maths in one building, and who study computer science related subjects are in different building. So it's kind of strange, to be honest, like that. But yeah, and we kind of like separated from the whole newer campus and old campus from Vilnius University. So we're kind of like strangers, I guess. So yeah, that will be about that.
Okay, thank you, Agne. Maybe Cornelia, you can take over.
Yeah, sure. So, hey guys, I'm Cornelia from the Life Sciences Center, and so I'm a fourth year bachelor student in neurobiophysics, and that's probably one of the things that's extraordinary from our faculty, that we have even these kind of interesting programs. But basically, yeah, genetics, molecular microbiology, molecular biology, biochemistry, and all can fit under our roof. And mainly we have we have quite a lot of international students, but of course, mainly in masters and even PhD levels, mostly PhD levels, I would say. And we're quite a big faculty regarding the PhD students. We have more than 100 or 150 PhD students at the moment throughout all 4 years. But also most of our programs are in English in the master's cycle. But for the bachelor's, unfortunately, it's still in Lithuanian. So unless you're willing to learn Lithuanian and study in bachelor's, then it's a bit more trickier. But the faculty itself is quite new. It was built in 2015, I think, or something around that. So the whole building is very new. I'm not sure if you'll show pictures later, but yeah, if you're interested in general to feel the vibe, you can find the LCT page, and we have a 3D virtual tour of our faculty. So you can see all the auditoriums, all the rooms, like the whole faculty, and go inside it in a 3D way with your computer. But also see all the labs, or at least the labs where the students go, and see that we're pretty innovative faculty, or pretty modern, let's say, and up to date. So that's quite a nice thing about us. And of course, we're trying to create quite a big community, and we're uniting now more and more the master students and the PhD students. So we have an upcoming community event, a community evening, where everyone will meet together with the professors, administration, students, PhDs, masters, bachelors. We will just have like orientation games, quizzes, and just nice time together. And these events keep happening throughout the years. So really, it's an amazing thing to study in the Life Sciences Center. And I think that the labs and the science that we do is also quite important and quite interesting. So if you have any more questions, then I'll be happy to answer. But for now, I think that's it.
Okay, thank you, Cornelia. And maybe Arnoldas, you can just wrap up our fast introduction. That wasn't so fast, and then we will proceed.
Okay, so I will keep it short because I have some slides prepared. So I will talk through certain things during the slide presentation. So I am Arnoldas, and I'm currently studying at Šiauliai Academy, Vilnius University Šiauliai Academy, in English philology. I'm a first year student. So basically, I guess the thing that I should start from is that everything is quite fresh to Chole, because I think it has only been 3 or 2 years since it has connected with Vilnius University. So many things have changed and many things are new, and I'm still trying to figure out what's going on to this moment. But so Chole University is now, well, both of the universities are joined together. And basically, I think our faculty distinguishes itself mainly because it is a faculty which prepares teachers most of the time. The university itself is known for preparing teachers, and as many say, teachers are born in Chole University. Now it's Chole Academy, and I guess that's all I have to say for now, because I will talk about other aspects during the slide presentation. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. So thank you for all for short introductions. Right now, I will find how can I share my screen, and I will show some general slides about Vilnius University, about faculties that people have mentioned already, and then we will proceed with some more information about different faculties. And before starting the general presentation, I also forgot to mention a bit about me, a bit about my faculty. I am Anela, and I am studying in Institute of International Relations and Political Science. And right now, we are really welcoming our international students because we have two bachelor's programs, and one of them is in English, and we also have two master's programs in English. And right now, we are organizing our big event that is called that. This year's themes is for diversity, and we really welcome all the international students in organizing all the events. And we have a bunch of things happening in English. But I will tell about that later with photos, and now more about Vilnius University. Do you see the slides?
Yes.
And do you see a different slide now?
Yes, we can see a different slide now.
Okay, great. So what is Vilnius University? Lithuania's largest and first university, research university, and we are among top 400 universities in the world QS ratings. We have number one university. We are number one university in Lithuania. We have a lot of students, a lot of academic staff, and we have 15 faculties, but we have faculties in 3 different cities. So we have Vilnius, where most of our faculties is, Kaunas, and Šiauliai, that has been already mentioned. So what we have in Vilnius city center, because in Vilnius we are not in the same place, we have chemistry and geosciences, philology, philosophy, history, mathematics and informatics, medicine, and international relations and political science. And then in Saulėtekis in Vilnius, we have economics and business administration, physics, science, life science center, law, business school, and faculty of communication. And that is how Kaunas faculty looks, just a short photo, and Šiauliai Academy that we have already heard about. And we have other things also at Vilnius University. So we have Molėtai Astronomical Observatory that is really cool. 2 botanical gardens, so we can look at different we have a lot of species of plants, and we can visit this botanical garden. Also, a museum. We have a bunch of history since we are the first university in Lithuania. This is our central Vilnius faculties, and we have this St. John's Church in our university. And my slides have glitched. Yes, we have an amazing library. Waiting for a bit. While we are waiting for this wheel to turn, think about the questions for all of the students that have presented themselves, and about the things that I have shown for you. Okay, so I think we have dormitories. That is really, really important thing. We have dormitories in Vilnius and in Chile, and this is a picture of dormitories, how they look, and we have them in also different places. So this is really good thing about Vilnius University, that we have dormitories for students, and they are really, really cheap. And costs of living, you can just look at this for a bit. There's like the most important things for students, like public transport, cup of coffee, beer, of course, and food and dormitories. This is how things are at Vilnius and Lithuania, other cities. Of course, we have library. This is a photo from our library that's really modern, really fresh and new, and a lot of students just go there and stay there while studying. And we have a lot of art activities, sports teams, and about the traditions that I have mentioned in the first, like at the beginning, we have the launch of our new academic year, the parade that I called procession, I think. It's a tricky word, and we have a lot of people in that. And we have a bunch of traditions, for example, Physicist Days, that is an cultural heritage of Lithuania. And that's from my short presentation about Vilnius University. And right now, okay, Ilke, I see you have a question.
No, I don't have a question.
Oh, okay. I just saw your raised hand. So right now, think about the questions if you want. You can ask any of the students. And right now, I will get the chance and I will show some of pictures that I have prepared about the Institute of International Relations and Political Science. Do you see the pictures?
Yes.
Please. Okay, thank you. So this is our the whole administration, and this is the administration just giving out pies, cupcakes, and everything for students for our institute's birthday. This is a really, really interesting moment from our political sciences days. This is also from last year, political sciences days. Actually, we will have our political sciences days next week. So if you are thinking about visiting Vilnius in next week, please come over. And this is also from political sciences days. This is an event that students themselves organize, and each faculty has its days, and each faculty's days is different. And this is how ours looks like. This is a moment from a lecture. This is how our auditoriums looks like. This is how our institute looks like. Just our facade. We have this huge flags and it is, I think, the most easiest way to find us in the city center. And this is a moment from our winter graduation. In the middle, there is Netherlands ambassador. We usually have ambassadors or presidents or any other important people giving speeches during our graduation. This is me and my colleague from our study fair. We are wearing our institute jumpers. And this is moments from our freshman camp. This is the mentors with the black shirts that I talked about earlier. This is also a moment from freshman camp. Also a moment from freshman camp. Our lecturer just giving a lecture, fun lecture for students. And this is one moment from the studies, one of our auditoriums. So this is about the Institute of International Relations and Political Science. And if you have questions, you can ask. And while you're thinking about questions, Arnaldo said that he has a presentation. So maybe Arnaldo, you can take over.
Okay, I can try to share here. Okay, I think you can see it.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So, Vilnius University Šiauliai Academy. So here is how it looks. This is only one corner of the building. This is how it looked with a different logo. This is how it looks pretty much on the outside. So looking on the inside, it has been renovated, as I've heard. Well, I'm a freshman myself, so there are many things that I don't know. But this is how it basically looks inside. It looks quite modern. The white color is dominating. There are 4 floors, and to go further, I want to come back here. So the second picture, at the moment, the main building is being renovated, so there isn't much I can say about it. I can just hope that maybe in a few years or less, we will be able to go to the main building. At the moment, we're staying at the building that you can see in the first picture in the top corner. So this is like a different building for the university. It's like the informational center where are all the libraries. So this is how it looks on the inside. The auditoriums, well, they look quite like, I guess, normal classrooms, although there are bigger rooms like the one on the left where presentations are done by guests that arrive, or there are some kind of meetings that are very important, so they take place in bigger auditoriums. So they look like this basically. Open spaces for students. So basically, there are like these sofas, chairs that you can rest during breaks. After lectures, there are also two legendary coffee machines. So you can have plenty of coffee to keep yourself energized for lectures. So the sofas are pretty comfy, by the way. That's an advantage to go to our faculty to study. So going further, the libraries. There are 3 libraries, as I've counted in the building. I think there are many more in the main building. Within this one, there are 3. There are 2 libraries on the first floor. One is specifically for art. The other one is for fiction, and the other one is for, well, it's mixed. There are different types of topics and books. Talking about Šiauliai as a city, I think the main attraction is the boulevard. It's not too long, but I guess it's very well for me. It's the place that I go when the weather is very nice. In winter, it's not a very I would say attractive place to go. But during summer, it's very beautiful. During spring, when the sun is out, to grab a coffee and take a walk. So many students just go to the boulevard, or they go to Prisikėlimo aikštė, which is the center of Šiauliai. There's also the cathedral, and people go and spend their free time here as well. There are cafes. In summer, there's food that is sold there, and so on. There are also events that happen there. And also there's the park where you can find the golden boy, or as in Lithuanian, the auksinis berniukas. So a known attraction as well. It's like a symbol of Šiauliai. There's also, of course, the shopping malls, Saulės miestas, which is well known, also like a symbol of Šiauliai, basically. Acropolis, there is not too much to say. It's just basically a place for shopping. Both, I think, Vilnius and Kaunas have at least a few of these. Events, there aren't too many events that take place in Šiauliai Academy, but there are all sorts of exhibitions. At the moment, there is an exhibition of handcrafted art we can see here, made from paper, from all types of books and their pages. There are also paintings, but I didn't manage to take any photos because I was too late, and now there's a different exhibition. But yeah, there are also paintings. Also, as Anela mentioned, There are also the marches at the beginning of school year, and now it has become a tradition of Šiauliai Academy to go to the march as well when it's the beginning of school year, to celebrate it like that, and I think that's a very nice tradition. So there's a bus that takes all the students from Šiauliai that want to participate to Vilnius, and then the bus also takes back home as well. There are also events like exams. There was an event today exactly like this. So, for example, as we know, many teachers are graduate in Šiauliai University and Šiauliai Academy. There's an exam for the music pedagogy teachers, well, soon to be teachers, which is the conductor's exam, and the people can go and see it. It's like a concert. So I find that very interesting. I think that's a special type of event that the university has. Leisure time or like activities for students. So of course, because there are music teachers studies, there are I think 2 types of choirs at the moment. You can go and just go singing. There's like how's it called, like a vocal studio or something like that. So you can go and practice your singing skills. There's also a folk dance ensemble and also a folk singing ensemble. Also, during your free time, you can go to the university's botanical garden. It is a very beautiful place to go to during spring when everything is blooming, and it's very green and all the plants are colorful and everything is nice. So moving on, activities in the city. Well, I personally really like going to the drama theater when there are interesting plays going on, trending, and when there's much more money left to spend during your free time. So the drama theater is a great place to spend your free time. It's very interesting. There are some great plays that take place there. Other interesting things about the university. So there's the coin room, where our earlier known currency litas is commemorated. There are, as it says, there's pretty much almost half 1,500,000 coins in total. And it says the value as it would be in litas. In euros, it's of course different. I don't know how much it would be. I'm not good at math, so. But yeah, there's this room to commemorate the currency, and many people go and visit it. People from Vilnius, it really interests them. So it's like this this type of room of attraction for people who are visiting the university. And another interesting thing is that in our university is the biggest book in Lithuania. I think it is deemed that it is the biggest book in Lithuania. So when there's a tour around the university, the people who give the tours always like to show this book, to brag that we have a book like this in our university. And yeah, that would be it. Thank you for listening and thank you for your attention. So if you have any questions, I would be glad to try to answer them as much as I know. And yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Arnoldas. And right now it's the time for our guests to shine. If you have any questions for any of for any of the students about anything that you saw, or maybe something you didn't saw, or just like about the vibe and atmosphere in Vilnius, just raise your hand or just unmute yourself and you can ask, and you can also write in chat. And while you are thinking about the questions, I can comment on some questions that we have received in the chat, and I have written the answers for. So for Camilla, the political science students are one in the same building. The bachelor students usually come earlier at the day, and master students just come later at evening after work hours usually. But we all are based in Vokiečių Street, in the main center, in the same building that I have showed you. And about the library that is open 24/7 is just in Saulėtekis, that fancy one that I showed you. But it's really great bonding experience when we have the one library that is open 24/7, because in exam session, before the exams, you can meet all the students there, and it's really a different experience. So do you have any questions? Just raise a hand or write in chat. Yes, Asim, we are listening.
Thank you, Ananleya, and thank you, Ogna, Rokas, and Nalos, for all of your effort. My name is Asim Goueri. I'm from Jordan. I recently got accepted for a Master Studies in Eastern European and Russian Studies at your faculty, Ananleya. I would like to ask about the student union. Does the university have a student union that represent all the faculties? Because as I see, there are three separate campuses in 3 different cities. So I think if there's a student union, there's another story to be told. That's my question. Thank you.
Yes, definitely. We have a students representation. Me myself, I was right now. I just finished my term. I was the chair of students representation in the Institute of International Relations and Political Science. So each faculty has its own students representation team. With each faculty has a chairperson, a team of coordinators, and then we have our joint, like our central students representation, when we all just come together and organize events that are joint, or we organize events in different faculties. But we definitely have students representation, and if you are accepted already in the Institute of International Relations, you can find our students representation at our faculty Facebook or Instagram. I will write in the chat where you can find that, so you can even right now see what we are doing, what we are organizing, what information are we we are like providing, and so on. So we definitely have, and our students representation and all faculties are really, really active.
Thank you.
Wait, apologize. How are the dorms?
How are the dorms? Okay, maybe someone from other students wants to reply. I personally lived in dormitory for almost 3 years, so it's really good for the price that you get. It's really, really cheap. So the inside is not that nice as the outside picture, but you can really you can make the place yours. You can hang some stuff that you want, and it's really, really nice. And the rooms are usually for 2 people or for 3 people. So the dorms are like this. It is livable. Yeah, it's not fancy. It is livable. Maybe
Sorry
someone else wants to add.
Sorry if I repeated it.
Okay, I see a hand.
Yes, hello. My name is
Hello.
Afanasi, and I would like to ask you about the free time outside of the university, like when you finish all the conferences, when you come to all of the lessons. How much time do you have to like have a job and earn money, or is it not really much time free?
Me, myself, I study full-time, I work full-time, and I was the head of students representation in my faculty. So it's possible if you want to do that. Maybe other students want to add.
So it's a lot of time, yeah?
It depends how well do you plan your time, because you have to spend some time for studying, and if you believe that you can handle it, you definitely can. But maybe part-time job, it's manageable if you plan your time well. So if you plan your time, if you are dedicated to work quite a lot with work and studies, so it is manageable. But for the first year, I would suggest not to work and just to make sure that you're managing with the studies, that and just learn how do you study and how much time you personally need to study. It's a really personal choice. And I see a hand.
All right,
so maybe,
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Focus.
I would like
You-
to
you
just
can learn that.
supplement a bit, at least for my faculty and my study program. It really depends on what you're studying. And of course, it depends on what kind of formal knowledge you have. As an example, I could tell you about my study program. I'm a first year student at studying information systems and cybersecurity. I had a couple of group mates who came into the program, and in high school they never even had IT classes. So for them, the first semester was pretty difficult, and they told me that they didn't have any kind of free time. If you do come with some sort of basics, you know roughly what the modules are going to be about, there's not going to be much problems. You can definitely find some free time. For example, in my case, I do have a lot of free time personally. So yeah, and as Anila said, of course, it's very important as to how fast you can study yourself. If you can absorb that information quickly, way to go. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be pretty fast, and you're gonna have a pretty good life here.
All right, yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any more questions? Maybe for other students, and maybe other students wants to add, some other students that are telling about things, maybe wants to add something to the questions that already have been asked while we're thinking about new ones.
If nobody's talking, I could just talk a little bit. I was kind of thinking of what else I could have said about our faculty. Basically, Kaunas faculty is pretty international. 46% of the students in our faculty are from abroad. So in case you're considering studying here, it's very possible and likely that you're gonna find some peers from your own country, and yeah, it's pretty easy to socialize.
Yes. And do we have any more questions? Okay, I don't see any more hands. I don't see anyone else unmuted, just on, but I think that you just forgot to mute yourself. Okay, Camilla, including bachelor students, what country do you think takes up the biggest proportion of international students? This year, like looking at this year, the biggest part of international students are from Ukraine, because of the situation in world, because of the ongoing war, and we really welcomed a lot of Ukrainian students. Also, I know that in medical faculty there are a lot of students from Germany, so this would be like the two biggest groups of international students. Maybe anyone else wants to add how their faculty situation is?
In our faculty, there are some Ukrainians. I think the majority of international students make up in informational technology programs like programming. So I don't know. There is like, I guess it divides somewhat, but there aren't too many, at least in our. But we welcome all international students warmly and friendly. So there's no need to be frightened or something.
Yeah, and we are really excited when we get even more and more different students from different countries, because we really appreciate the international atmosphere and the things that we can learn from each other. Asim, I see you have raised your hand.
Thank you. I would like to ask about the language. Is there any language
Yeah.
center, especially when you talk about international students? I think learning some Lithuanian or any common languages inside your country is really, really important for much more integrated. So my question about the language center.
Yes, yes, we do have language center. I think from next year we will have free Lithuanian courses for international students. Right now we are a bit struggling with that, with the with all the information. But in university we have our language center. You can learn different languages, not just Lithuanian language. And right now we're working. I know that university on the central level, at the Senate level, are working really hard to prepare free Lithuanian courses for international students. So I don't work with that sphere, and I don't really know personally is it working right now. But if it's not working, then from the next, or if not the next, then the year after that, we will have free Lithuanian language courses for international students. And if not courses, we as students representation have a Speak project, which is a project for learning new languages that is coordinated by non-governmental organization Speak and students representation. And there's like this project that students can learn different languages, of course, for free from different teachers and learning those languages. So yeah, we have quite a bunch of possibilities to learn languages. Okay, thank you for your applause. And I think for the last time, I will ask, do you have any questions, or do you want something to say or to add something? I will wait for a few seconds. Okay, I don't see anything else. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you so much, everyone, for the questions. Thank you for the students who presented their faculties. And let's stay in touch. You can. I just sent some handles of our faculty of our institute, but you can follow Vilnius University on Instagram, on Facebook, on other social medias. You can find the faculties that you are interested in on social medias. You can find everything on like every faculty website, Vilnius University website. So you can ask questions every time. You can ask questions in our social media. You can ask questions via email. And I'm hoping to see you all in Vilnius University. Thank you so much for being here.